A lot of photographers are quick to say, hey, get rid of the kit lens as soon as possible. This is the Nikon D3100, and I'm going to show you can still take great photos with the kit lens. So let's get right into it. Today I have the Nikon D3100 with the kit lens. My husband's working on the car back here. Let's see if we can take some great photos. That was at 18mm, just had it wide open. For the aperture, I had it at 5.6, and I'm just shooting everything in aperture priority mode. I'm going to try shooting from different angles, so I'll shoot up from here. I'll just be wide open again. So something to note is that this is actually a 1.5 crop camera, and what that means is even though I'm shooting at 18mm, it's actually 18.1.5. So it's really 27mm, I believe. So that's just something to keep in mind. So whenever you're at 18, it's really not 18. And when you're at 55, it's more like 75 or 85mm. But anyways, let's continue taking some good photos. That one I shot at 55mm on this lens.
Am I doing okay? Am I photogenic enough?
Oh yeah.
Are you getting my good side?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So something I really recommend is not always taking photos from the same angle, but getting on the level of whoever's working to shoot at that same angle. How are they seeing life through their eyes? So we can go down to Noah's level, and so now that his face is covered, I'm going to move over and shoot from the shadow side. So that was shooting from the shadow side. Let's shoot from where the sun's hitting him, because we don't always have to shoot from the shadow side, and if for some reason that was blocked, what are we going to do? So I'm going to set this up and take some more photos. So far I'm just shooting this all at f5.6. And this is from the sunny side. Alright, now we're behind the car. Let's try a different angle. So why is this view important and we're shooting at 5.6? Because I have the foreground on the right side is the green car, and I think that's going to give the image more depth, and that's going to be super important to storytelling. Like, yes, there's this guy working on a car, but here's, without that depth, yes, there's that leading line on the right of the car, but when we put the depth of the car in front of us, that gives us more storytelling. It gives us more of a reason to be interested, because again, without the car being in the foreground, it's not as interesting. I'm going to try shooting over Noah's shoulder. We'll see how that goes, because it is pretty crowded in here. I'm trying different zooms just to see what I can grab, because he's going to be working, and this is just what he's doing. And he's been so kind to let me make a video. So as for over the shoulder, we can do that. We can go over here as well, just to like get a peek into what he's doing. So that was a wide shot. And if we zoom in and try to have his body in the foreground, that gives us more of a storytelling thing to do. And why each have a purpose. Being zoomed out and backed away, we get the whole picture. You don't always want to be so zoomed in to your subject, because again, we don't have a story to tell. So getting a variety of shots is super important. So again, I'm shooting from the shadow side. That just gives things more depth. That just gives things a better look. Not saying the other photos were bad.
So, because of how thick this shank was and how rusty it is, I wasn't able to get the penetrating oil to it, the WD-40, and that's why it was such a pain to move, because it was just seized in there.
Unrelated, here's a cool grass thing I'll bring you closer to. So here's the grass I find interesting. There have some water droplets on it, and while this lens here doesn't have the best aperture because it's 3.5 to 5.6, I'm just going to see what we can do with it, and I'm pretty excited about it. So here I have it at 55 millimeters, and then we'll try 18. I'll try to all the different millimeters it has labeled on the lens. So that was 24, 35, this is 45, and then 55 again. And I just have that water droplet in the middle. And we can try to make it more interesting by moving to a different angle. So I'll try to get both of us in there, the grass and me. So we could use this as foreground, and that makes it more interesting. That was at 55. Let's go backwards. This is 45 to 35 to 24, and then to 18. And you can see how that's going to shape the photo differently. Or even if we try to shoot through this to frame something, we could try that. So that's at 18, 24, 35, 45, and then this is 55. And that is with composition. Again, budget camera, and this is just my front yard, something that Noah planted. So I also want to touch on the importance of aperture priority mode, especially when you're a beginner. This removes a lot of the hassle of thinking, because all you're telling the camera now is, okay, I at least want the camera to be this aperture. Or the aperture will be this, the camera figure out the rest. And I have the ISO set to 100 because it's a bright and sunny day. We don't need as much ISO because the sun is doing the light for us. So the smaller the ISO, the lower that number, the less artificial light we're telling our camera to use. And you can also set that to auto if you really wanted to, but the more information I can provide, the better this camera will operate. So you don't always have to shoot manual, even though it's gonna really tell the camera what you want. Aperture makes it easy for me to get the job done, and I don't have to think about the shutter speed. I would love to know what you think in the comments down below. Did this kit lens really hold up to what I was saying it was? Let me know. I'll see you all in the next one.